Hi, this is Wayne Rivers at the Family Business Institute. This week we're going to talk about how to do less. Okay? Thanks for tuning in as always. As always, we'd love to have your comments below. How to do less, I want to give credit as credit is due to the great Al Cleinman. Al runs Cleinman Performance Partners in upstate New York. It's a company that works primarily with optometrists, and he's been around for 40 years and just kind of a business guru. So Al is in our peer group. Now, you've heard me talk a bunch of times about the value of peer groups, and we are actually in, because at FBI we like to take our own medicine, we are in a peer group of peer group providers. I mean, it sounds funny to say it, but it has been a transformative experience for us, and hopefully we've given Al back some value too as he's building his business over the course of the years. So this is the Al Cleinman Method for how to do less. Most family business leaders, and yes, I'm talking to you, are terrible at delegation. You've heard me talk a bunch of times about how to make $5,000 an hour or how to make even $5 million an hour, thanks to another great book by Rob Slee. But most of you are still clinging to those $50 an hour and sometimes even $5 an hour crap tasks that you do. Your time gets away from you. At the end of the week, your 50 or 60 or 70 hours has disappeared, and you've really not worked on your business, you've worked in your business, and you wonder where all the time goes. So Al's got a great solution for how to delegate and how to get rid of some of this crap that you do so that you can do, number one, higher order things, or number two, just take some freaking time off. What would be so bad about that? I bet your husband or wife would love it if you could go on a trip once in a while. So I just sat down for 3 minutes and I jotted down a bunch of things that are kind of universal in businesses that all of us as business leaders do. The two biggest things that consume your time that are usually time wasters, like 90% of the time, are the telephone and email. Most telephone calls and email correspondence are not even $50 an hour stuff, much less $500 or $5,000 an hour stuff. So keep your eye on those two things. Personal rule for me is I limit all phone calls to 4 minutes or less. It's amazing how much information you can convey. Unless it's a big conference call or something really meaty, you can knock out most, especially informal phone calls, in less than 4 minutes. So here's a quick list of the stuff you do. And what I want you to do, what Al wants you to do, is go out and buy about 200 index cards, okay, 3x5 index cards. And you're going to take each one of these tasks that you do. As you think of one, a new one you haven't covered yet, one task per card. One task per card. And that would be internal meetings, external meetings, being a resource for your people during the course of the day, finances, it might be collections, it might be billing, it might be AR, AP, whatever. Going to see customers, going on sales calls, doing employee evaluations, touring job sites, managing projects, estimating, quality assurance, dealing with customer complaints when quality is not all that good, sales and marketing tasks that you do, writing correspondence, that's mostly email today, nobody writes letters anymore. Booking your own travel, I can't believe how many of you waste time booking your own flights instead of having an administrative person do it. Taking notes, reading notes, storing notes, getting to all those business reading, that stack of magazines that you want to have, hiring, firing, dealing with interruptions. You'd be shocked at how much time is spent just you being interrupted from a task that you're trying to do. Designing new ways, innovating in your business, all these are things that you do. So no matter what it is, no matter how small, running to the bank, running to the post office, all the stupid things that you still do that you shouldn't, write one of these things. Each task gets its own index card, okay? And then what you do is you get a big room, or probably a big hallway, really, and you start laying out the cards in order from highest importance, highest impact for yourself and your business, to lowest. And you just go through, it doesn't have to be perfect, but try to go from highest impact to lowest, and you just sort these 200 index cards. Maybe the conference room table's big enough to do it. Make it easy on your back. Okay, then what you're going to do is you're going to stack up those cards and you're going to start from the least important side. Okay, and you may reshuffle the deck from time to time, but you're going to start with the least important deck. Let's say running to the post office, all right? Take that index card and that's your task, and now you delegate it to somebody on your team. What? You don't have anybody to whom to delegate? Well, you're understaffed. It's as simple as that. If you can't hire a $15 an hour person to do $15 jobs, you don't have a business, you have a job. So if you're understaffed and you don't have anybody to whom to delegate, That's a different kind of problem that you have to resolve first. You've got to have people on your team that can support you. Believe it or not, that is a valuable business thing. Support for the people that are capable of generating $5,000 an hour ideas. So you take that index card with that task, you go to your administrative person, you say, from now on, I want you to go to the post office on such and such a day at such and such a time. Boom! You have delegated a task. You've now freed up an hour or 2 hours a week to focus on $5,000 activities, okay? Next week, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to take your next lower order task, which might be email, and you're going to have your administrative assistant start screening your email for you and getting rid of the junk, the stuff that she can answer or he can answer quickly, like are you available for a meeting next Tuesday? That stuff can get taken care of. It never gets in your bandwidth. Boom! How much time have you saved there? 2, 3, 4 hours a week? Now you can go on customer meetings. You can do business development. $5,000 an hour tasks. And you think about the genius of this. Al's not asking you to make wholesale changes in your life or your business style. He's asking you to give up one tiny task that you're currently investing your time in per week. And you think about that. If you were to do that even half the time, 26 things that somebody on your team could do just as well or better than you do, and you've given it to them and you've freed up your own time, maybe you get home in time to have dinner with your wife. Gosh, would that be so bad for some of you? You're saying, I don't want to have dinner with my wife. That's a different kind of problem. Maybe a different video for that. All right, so this is the Al Cleinman method for delegating. I like it. I think it would work terrific for those of you that are willing to try it. Please let's have your comments below, Al. I'm sure we'll hear from you. And we appreciate the wisdom from Al. And as always, thanks for tuning in.